Welcome everyone. This video is going to be an overview of spreadsheets and more specifically the Google Sheets online software. Today we are going to cover the formula bar, name box, AutoFill and the fill handle, tabs/drop down menus, data entry into cells, and syntax for formulas. What are spreadsheets? Spreadsheets are also known as worksheets. They help us organize and analyze large amounts of data. There are many varieties of charts that can be used to visually represent data on spreadsheets. A wide variety of businesses use spreadsheets for inventory and accounting purposes. There are several spreadsheet programs available, including Microsoft Excel, Numbers, and Google Sheets. This channel will focus on Google Sheets specifically because it is free, cloud-based, and offers a overall simple user interface. Note that there's also Microsoft Excel Online, which is a bit more advanced, but it's also completely free and runs on a browser. So hopefully you're going to be able to take what you learn in Google Sheets and apply it to other spreadsheet programs such as the ones I've mentioned previously. Now let's go to Google Sheets. Let's start with the basics. So I've got an inventory worksheet here in Google Sheets, and we're asked to find the total assets and the asset subtotal. So in many spreadsheet programs, you're not able to delete, as in like completely remove from the workbook rows and columns. They'll just clear the contents. Although in Google Sheets we can actually directly delete extra rows and columns. So the rows are numbered, the columns are lettered, columns at the top, rows along the side. So I want to delete the extra rows, so I'm going to select 10, and then this may be out of frame a little bit, but 30. Then I'm going to right click and delete the rows. Same procedure for columns. We're going to start with E, move over until Z, shift and click, right click, delete columns. Okay, so now we're going to start with introducing the formula bar. You always are going to start your function with an equal sign, and you're going to want to put it in the cell that you want it to end up in. So this is where we want the result to end up in. So I'm going to click here. We can double click here and enter the formula directly, although I'm going to use the formula bar here at the top because it's more wide and that allows you to work with longer formulas than what your cell width may be. So I'm going to start with an equal sign. We're going to multiply the quantity we have in stock by the total cost of each item, enter, and that gives us 2,000. So if you press enter, the next highlighted cell will be down. If instead after you enter a value you press tab, it'll move to the right. So depending on how you want to enter values in your worksheet, you can press tab to move right or enter to move down. So now we could keep going through row by row and finding the asset subtotal down in column D. But we want to do things a little bit faster. So we're going to use AutoFill and the fill handle. So I've already written a function here, and I want to fill it down until here. So I'm going to grab this little fill handle and move it all the way down here. And as you can see, the software multiplied all of these and so on down in column D. And we didn't have to manually go in and click all of these and write the equals and multiplication sign and all of that. So now you're going to be looking at tabs and drop-down menus. So in Microsoft Excel, there's a ribbon. Here we use drop-down menus, which basically have the same types of commands. They're very similar. So as I said before, you can take your knowledge back and forth across spreadsheet programs usually, and you have file, edit, view, insert, format data, tools, extensions for extra functionality like goal seek, which we'll cover later, help, and accessibility. So now we're going to find the total assets and we're going to enter it in D9. Let's say I wasn't in D9 and I just had finished entering my data. In the case that this was a larger worksheet, you don't want to be going down all the rows and columns and trying to find a specific cell. So if you notice that the cell we're in right now, D8, is labeled in the name box, we can change the name box value to, let's say, D9. It will take our highlighted cell to the correct cell. Now, another thing that the name box allows us to do is create named ranges. So let's select all of our costs and make that a named range. We go in the name box, we write costs, press enter, and then now if we're somewhere else and we want to go back to the costs, we clicked on the name range and it takes us to the costs. So back to cell D9, we're now going to be calculating the total assets. We write equals. We're going to use the sum function, which Google Sheets uses machine learning to know that that's the operation that we're trying to do. To accept the suggestion, we just press tab, and we can copy the number formatting, and our total value is $12,250. That's all I have for today. If this video taught you something or you're looking forward to different concepts on this channel that we'll cover in the future, please subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so that you're notified for future content uploads. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next content upload. Bye!